Let's make it a good day.
Coming up today, Bernie Mania. His inauguration meme is everywhere. So what does the mitten-clad senator think of all the internet attention? Seth Meyers finds out. Then I'm a fish out of water again. Today, I'm doing something for the very first time that a lot of you do, well, a lot. Cross-country skiing. Then comedian Paul Mercurio is back with us, and today he's opening up on his long-haul battle with COVID and how comedy is helping him cope. Here we go.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah.
Let's make it a good day. Good morning, everybody. We are live from our studios in the Twin Cities. Hello, Eden Prairie. Hello, St. Louis Park. Hello, Golden Valley. Hello, Apple Valley. Hello, is there another valley around here? No, that's it. Those are all the valleys, right? What? Eden Valley? That sounds like a soap opera on NBC. Hello, Eden Valley. Welcome to the Jason Show. I'm Jace. Please say hello to my sidekick sister from another mister and America's favorite mime, Kendall Marks, everybody. Good morning, Kendall. How you doing?
Good morning. I'm doing well, thank you.
Okay, let me acknowledge, and usually I get this wrong, but today you actually are wearing a brand new outfit.
I'm so excited.
It's beautiful. I love it.
Thanks.
Yes.
I went a little bingey on Nordstrom Rack. They did like a big blowout sale, and I went a little like clickbait happy, and I was like, I'm not gonna keep them all, and then I was like, but I really like them all.
I love the rack so much. And may I just acknowledge, you're totally on trend, the sleeve detail. I love the sleeves.
You know me, I'm just clutch with the trend.
You are. You're stunning. You're beautiful. Jordan is a lucky man.
Is he listening, honey? Is this thing on?
He doesn't watch our show.
He does. I better
he
get
does?
a text saying. He does. He'll tell me all about the segments. He tells me all about myself and all about yourself.
Oh, okay. Jordan, I'm nice to you, FYI. And I'm nice to our audience. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for today's virtual audience. I know that woman to the left. She is one of the grand poobahs of the Jason Show fan club on our Facebook page. Give it up for Kim. Good morning, sweetheart.
Morning.
Let me just tell the audience that Kim's one of the nicest people you'll ever will meet. And when we have a studio audience, and it will come back eventually, Kim is a frequent guest to us. And how you doing, sweetie?
Good.
Now look, point out your mug collection back there, Kim. That is substantial right there. Look at that. You have every mug, don't you, from every season?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
And then some.
And then some, yeah. Kim hasn't stolen any. I want to be very clear. Those are all gifts. Let's say hello to Michelle. Hello, Michelle.
Hi.
Michelle, where are you zooming in from?
From Little Falls.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful Little Falls. Well, welcome to our show. And finally, last but not least, in the top right, it is Marty. Good morning, Marty.
Good morning.
Well, I saved you to last for a very specific reason. A couple months ago, I got an email from a gentleman named John, who just happens to be your husband, asking me if we could arrange to have you on the show on this day because, cue the applause, it's Marty's birthday, everybody. Happy birthday, sweetheart.
Happy birthday.
Thanks.
Well, I am so glad that you're here, and it was so funny. I think I scared your husband to death. He sent an email, like I said, months ago, and I said, you know, I don't really handle the audience, but I said, why don't you email me closer to the date? Because I have a memory like a snail. And so he sent me an email, and I just got it. And today's the day, so thankfully you're here, and I just want to wish you a really, really happy birthday.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, just know you have a very sweet husband.
I do.
Yes, you do. The ladies will be sticking around throughout the hour, but let's get started, everybody. Before we do this, I gotta don't roll the hot dish yet. My favorite story of the day, right here.
Oh, please.
American Airlines. Okay.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people are flying, right?
Mm-hmm.
They have a surplus of wine, so we can buy it. We can buy it. Yes, they said it's going to be called American Airlines Flagship Cellars. So you can buy curated cases via a monthly subscription for $99 a month.
How many do you get?
I don't know. And I don't know, is it going to be good wine? I mean, no offense to the airlines, but
Right.
I don't always like the wines on, but it's free, so you drink it.
Right.
But it's not something I would actively, I don't know.
I mean, is that something you thought you'd ever say? American Airlines has a wine club.
Yeah, American Airlines, something special in my kitchen. That's right. Let's get started, everybody. It's time for the hot dish. Here we go. I might do that though, to see how it is. Do it for the I'll do it for the show.
Yeah, do it for the show. Just
Show
like,
segment.
Sacrifice.
That's
yeah.
right. Sacrifice. One of the Netflix's most talked about shows recently is getting the go-ahead for season 2. Bridgerton has been picked up for another season. Kendall's very excited. The new season will chronicle the pursuit of a suitable marriage for the eldest Bridgerton, sibling Anthony. This follows along with Julia Quinn's second book in the Bridgerton series, because for those of you who don't know, it's based on a series of books. Production for season 2 is expected to begin this spring in the UK. Look at that. Season 2 is coming. Look at that. She's clapping already. I'm not even done with the story. But go ahead. Are you excited for this?
I'm so excited. Anthony is so hot, A. So if you've never watched the show, watch it just for the eye candy alone. B, this is just one of those shows that was such an unexpected surprise for me, and I think a lot of people. I love Shondaland. Anything she touches is gold, and I have very high hopes.
See, I'm the opposite of everything you just said.
You don't think Anthony is hot?
Well, first of all, Sister Soldier,
Sorry.
I do, and I think he plays for my team. He plays for the Cubbies,
Oh, darn
so
it.
we can claim him. So thank you. But yeah, I do. But I'm the opposite of everything you just said. I am not a Shondaland fan. I don't. No.
Scandal?
Scandal? You mean the show where eventually she gets put into a cave? Yeah, I know. I'll take a hard pass on that one. Yeah.
I'm leaving. You don't even have to kick me
Yeah.
off the show. I'm leaving.
I like
today.
Kerry Washington. I love her, but no, I don't like the Shondaland shows for whatever reason. I love Shonda Rhimes. I respect her as a television creator, but it's not usually my jam or jelly.
I don't know how to respond.
It's all right. You shock me every day. How many times have I removed you from the show over the years?
So many
times. You can remove me from the show. Let's talk to the audience. Kim, do you have you watched Bridgerton, Kim?
No, I live with my parents.
Kim! Oh, Kim, you know I love you. Oh, Kim, that's the best. Kim, give her a car. Kim, I'm giving you a car for best response of the year. God, I love you. That's why you're my girl, Kim. See, Kim knows this show well. She knows how to deliver a line. Marty, do you watch Bridgerton?
I haven't yet. I'm going to, but I have other things to finish before I get into that one.
What are you finishing? What's one of them you got to finish?
I took a little tip from you guys. I started Sex and the City over from the beginning.
Yes!
And let me just say, I've never watched it, not on cable before, so it's a little different show.
Yeah, it is.
And I have Schitt's Creek also that I've been working on.
Two good ones. Oh, I'm so proud.
Love it.
God, I'm loving the audience today. Michelle, do you watch Bridgerton?
I watched it and I loved it.
Yay!
Oh, okay. Michelle, let me ask you, because I like it. I don't dislike it. I like it. What is it about it that you love?
The love story.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? I'm with you on that. I do like the two main characters. But this season 2, thank you, ladies. This season 2, allegedly, the couple in this one will not be the focus because it follows the books. Does that worry you?
Well, from what the writers, the people around the scene have said, is that they will all play a part. They are the Duke and Duchess, after all.
Okay.
So I think they'll be there for a little bit because people love them so much.
Next in the dish, it was the picture that went viral from the inauguration. Senator Bernie Sanders in his mittens. We need this joy. I mean, I really thought, I'm already sick of it, but I mean, we needed this joy. He joined Seth Meyers last night to talk about the memes. Look at this.
You were sort of one of the stars of the inauguration. Were you aware that this photo was immediately sort of became the meme of the day?
Not at all. I was just sitting there trying to keep warm, trying to pay attention to what was going on.
I appreciate that you're not a politician who uses memes, but you became one. I mean, does your staff show them to you? Here you are with the Sex and the City girls.
Yeah, I've seen them.
And I promise to get to a substantive discussion here. I don't want to waste all the time talking about memes. But the other question, of course, is people were asking what you were carrying. What was your manila envelope?
I'd love to tell you something top secret.
It was mail, Seth. It was mail.
You're honest.
Okay, Bernie cracks me up. but he's so serious, like 24 hours a day. Have you seen him? Yes. That's it.
Yep, no.
Oh, Bernie. The woman who made the mittens works full-time as an elementary school teacher and upcycles used wool clothes into the mittens, and she sells them at craft fairs. That's fantastic.
Those have to be warm. I've had sweater mittens. Women who go and go to the dollar store or whatever, used store, and get old sweaters, and they make mittens out of them, and they're so warm. So if you ever see any online, used sweater mittens are
I told my radio
fabulous.
co-host and dear friend and crafty extraordinaire
Yes.
Alexis, I told her she needed to make knockoff Bernie mittens. You know how stars do or designers do for the Oscar dresses the next day? I said, girl, get your side hustle going. Make some Bernie mittens.
Did you just compare Bernie's mittens to Oscar dresses?
Well, yeah, because they both trend. Yeah. Different price points.
Slightly different
Slightly
price
different
points.
price points. That's right. Dear friends, go get some more bacon and eggs. We have a lot more to come. We'll be back right after this. Woo! We are just getting started. Coming up next, my friends, he is our friend, comedian and Colbert warm-up guy, Paul Mercurio, will join us live to talk about his long-haul battle with COVID, plus how comedy is faring and changing during the pandemic. Then speaking of comedy, well, sorta, I am a fish out of water again as I try cross-country skiing for the very first time. Something I thought was going to be easy, but turned out to be, look everybody, I'm cross-country skiing. Yeah, that is all coming up.
The hashtag was my worst car. And so people were just all talking about their worst car. But what I found from reading all of these, really, a lot of them, many of them ended with, I love that car. Yeah. First one's from @Tara Dublin Rocks. She says, my college roommate had the ugliest brown Toyota. She lost the keys but could unlock it and start it with a bent fork that she stole from the cafeteria. We called it Mr. Potato Car. This one's from @Mama Lafa Fala. She says, my 87 Jeep Cherokee would squirt rear window fluid in an arch like a lion spraying its territory. It would hit tailgaters smack in the middle of their windshield and startle the crap out of them. I kept it that way for 15 years. Hashtag my best car?
My best car? Welcome back, little hashtag can be found for our late night funnies. What was your first car, do you remember?
A 97 Pontiac Sunfire. It was a coupe. It had crank windows, no AC, no CD player, no nothing. But the back folded down like a bed, so if I ever wanted to go to a concert and sneak out, I would just sleep in the back of my car. Okay, it wasn't going there. I was sitting.
Ladies and gentlemen, that story could have taken two different directions. And thank goodness.
My space was big. When you'd go to the underground concerts, never mind. Okay, I'm digging a hole.
My daddy used to put me on a swing and we would just shoot snakes as it was coming toward me.
Jason, what was your first car?
My first car, I have a couple answers for that.
What?
The car that I used when I got my driver's license was an RT, which I guess is really like a cool car now, like an older cool car. Then I drove my mother's station wagon, which just like yours had a bed in the back. A blue station wagon, powder blue. I was cool. But my first my car, because the station wagon was Dars.
Right.
My first car was a Ford Festiva, which literally was a cardboard box with sort of wheels.
Do they still make those? Honestly, I don't think they do.
No.
Do they?
They would just burst into flames after a while. I mean, it was just, yeah. But then the first car that I bought myself was a red Dodge Neon. That was what I moved here in '97. That's the car I had when I moved here.
I had a Ford Explorer. That was the first one I bought myself.
Oh,
it
nice.
was really old, but
I love it that she had a really manly car and I had a little Dodge Neon. Yeah.
Go figure.
Go figure. Next in the dish, Minnesota's Bachelorette Becca is opening up about her split from Ance, her fiance Garrett. And when she knew things were over in a recent interview, she says it wasn't until the pandemic hit and the death of George Floyd that the two started having very different and probably difficult conversations. And she realized things weren't going to work out. Garrett came under fire during her season when it was revealed he liked racist and homophobic Instagram posts. He claimed at the time that he had changed But following the death of Floyd, he posted something she called tone deaf. She says now, if she had to do things all over again, the first question she would ask men when they got out of the limo would be, who did you vote for and why? Wow, that's blunt.
Hi, my name is Becca.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to step on you there. Look, we are living in really, I mean, it's such a cliche. People get so sick of hearing it. It is a polarizing time. I mean, back in the day, look at James Carville and his wife. They're legendary Republican and Democrats. I think nowadays it would be very hard for that relationship to take off because nowadays, sadly, we just can't have different opinions. The other person must be annihilated. I mean, they must be, they're the enemy. And I hate that. I hate that. I said it the day after the Capitol siege. I'm from Indiana. And they would argue on the House floor and go get shrimp cocktail at night. And I wish we still had that. If you're even seen walking down the road with someone from a different party, you're I don't know. Yeah, and I don't like that. But I think it would be hard nowadays. Families have split up. There's infighting between, that makes me sad. I don't like that.
It's interesting though that she says that would be her first question out of the limo. Like, okay.
Yeah. Well, if you're that far off, not just on politics, but philosophical, I get it. I get it.
I do too, but at the same time, I'm like, how did you not know that already? Like, how did you not already have those discussions? I know it's a show, but you're getting engaged, and like maybe we should talk about things that are a little difficult to talk about, and if we really don't like that, we don't get along.
Yeah. I always use I mention this often, I use my father-in-law as a good example. We are Archie and Meathead, and I am Meathead, and he calls me Meathead. But you know what? We may disagree, but I always want him to know, because I love that man. And my stepfather had the same views. I always want him to know that I hear him.
Right.
And that I don't want him to ever feel like I don't respect his opinion. I always make it a point, even if I disagree, to listen to what he's saying. And then he gives me the same respect.
Right.
Now,
Absolutely.
does he call me Meathead afterward? Of course he does. Next in the dish, big news for Michelle Pfeiffer fans. The actress is set to play former First Lady Betty Ford in a new Showtime anthology series. This is such a good idea. The series will be called The First Lady and will peel back the curtain on the personal and political lives of First Ladies Eleanor Roosevelt, Mrs. Ford, and Michelle Obama. Mrs. Ford was known as a politically active presidential spouse. I like that term. And never shied away from commenting on hot button issues. That's very true. Viola Davis will play Mrs. Obama and will also serve as an executive producer. Again, we're talking about regrets. I wish in school, I wish I would have paid more attention to history. As an adult, I ingest it. I love it. That's why this idea intrigues me. Like Lady Bird Johnson, I'm so fascinated with her. I just eat up anything I can read about her. So I'm all in this.
Absolutely. There's a book, I can't remember the exact title, but it was something about the First Ladies. And it's sort of there's pictures with it, and there's just an interesting little snippet on every single First Lady. My mom got it when I was in high school, and I just love that thing because it is so interesting. You don't hear about them and their actual thoughts or what they did very often.
And how influential they really are, even in ways you don't really know.
Right.
Let's go to the audience. Michelle, doesn't this sound like a good idea for an anthology series?
Yes.
Yeah. It's just their lives are, and sometimes more interesting than their husbands. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure they have a story to tell.
Absolutely, absolutely. Next in the dish, this may be hard to believe, but right now, there is no official Bigfoot hunting season.
What?
I know, there's you can search for or hunt a deer. We have turkey season.
Pheasant.
For my cousin,
Duck.
or for my nephew Carter. Squirrel season. Yeah.
Okay.
But for one state lawmaker in Oklahoma, he wants to change that. State Representative Justin Humphrey has introduced a House Bill 1648, urging the Oklahoma Wildlife Conservation Commission to establish Bigfoot hunting season. That would require the commission to set annual season dates and create necessary hunting licenses and fees. In response, the Wildlife Commission says they do not recognize Bigfoot as a wildlife species in Oklahoma.
Where did we get that photo?
Ted shot it in his backyard in his new house. Yeah, that was from Ted's own photography.
How do you tell me how you feel about this, Jason?
Well, let's break this down a little bit more. Why don't you ask me if I believe in Bigfoot?
Do you believe in Bigfoot?
Absolutely. I believe in two of those creatures.
Okay,
I
which
believe
ones?
in Nessie.
Uh-huh.
I believe there is a Loch Ness monster. Well, think of the ocean. Think how big the ocean is. And I know that Nessie's not in the ocean. But there's a creature in the ocean that we haven't seen yet.
Right.
I don't know if it looks like Godzilla, but there's a creature that we haven't seen yet. And I also believe in the chupacabra because I've seen one, and you know that.
Mm-hmm. The chupacabra. Chew on that, everybody.
The Highway 100 and Minnetonka Boulevard, around 4 o'clock in the morning, we had a moment. We looked at each other. He grunted.
You screeched?
No. We had a moment. And then he went to St. Louis. Then he went further into St. Louis Park.
Wonder if he stopped at Bunny's and got a French fry or a drink.
How dare you mock me and my chupacabra story? It happened. It's real. And don't you write me today and tell me it was a mangy dog. I'm a dog lover. I know what a mangy dog looks like. This was no mangy dog. He walked weird.
Oh, that was what signified that he would be a chupacabra?
A chupacabra, and he walked like no animal I've ever seen before. His gait.
A distinctive gait.
Can you
show us one?
No, I'm not going to show you because you're going to mock me. Oh. Next in the dish, the Countess is firing back at critics who called her irresponsible after she was photographed maskless at an indoor birthday party in Florida. Production on the new season was already shut down because one of her Real Housewives castmates tested positive for COVID. And insiders thought it was outrageous that she was putting production further at risk by partying maskless. Luann told Page Six that the party organizer required a negative test before people were allowed inside. And she had been wearing a mask but took it off for photos. She says she'll quarantine when she returns to New York. This is a cautionary tale, and maybe I've done this, and I'm going to check myself. Before we're Twitter cops busting people, whether they're at work or because we get a lot of questions. Let me use a practical example. We do the Jason Show before the show on Facebook, and people always wonder why. Why do you wear masks during that and you don't wear masks during the show? This show, hello. It is a policy of Fox. During that because there are more people. So I always, before we jump and judge, jump out of the bushes, hello, and judge people, maybe there are circumstances we don't know, like Luann said. Just a picture doesn't always tell the full story is my point.
I also think that if you don't want the criticism, and I'm not saying she didn't really sound like she cared what anybody thought about her, just don't post anything. We lived for, I don't know, hundreds of years, thousands of years without social media, so.
Girl, she's the Countess. She
don't care.
Posts everything. Yeah. Money can't buy you a mask, I guess. Still ahead, I go cross-country skiing for the very first time. What did I think of it, and how did I do? But next, he's one of our favorite comedians, a good friend of our show. Paul Mercurio will join us to talk about his experience with COVID and how comedians are staying sharp during the pandemic. That and more when Friday continues. Back in a moment.
In a tweet, he wrote, quote, "Don't be afraid of COVID. Don't let it dominate your life." And in this video, he described the virus this way.
This was a blessing in disguise.
Mr. President, I tested positive for COVID-19, and 3 months later, I'm still suffering significant symptoms. So I can tell you, it's not a person's choice if the coronavirus dominates one's life. It just does.
That is a clip from CBS Sunday Morning a few months back, featuring our next guest and our good friend, talking about his fight with COVID and urging folks to take it seriously. Paul Mercurio is an Emmy-winning comedian and hosts his podcast, The Paul Mercurio Show, with guests like Paul McCartney, Kevin Costner, Stephen Colbert, Kristen Chenoweth. I could go on, but I want to talk to him. For the last few months, he has been very vocal, and thank goodness he is, about his battle with coronavirus. Please welcome back to our show, our good friend Paul. Good morning, Paul.
Hey, Jason, how are you? I miss you so much. I wish I were in person with you.
I know. I miss you too. Let me ask just the obvious question. How you feeling? How you doing? How you feeling?
I'm what they call a long hauler. I got it 6 months ago, actually performing at a comedy club in Florida. People weren't wearing masks at the table. I'm tired all the time. I lost my sense of taste and smell, which still hasn't come back really. But there's an upside, like for lunch, I'm having paper, it's, low in calories, high in fiber, It's, look, I'm not a preacher of any kind, but please take it seriously. It's not like the flu. People tell you it's like the flu, and it's the farthest thing from the flu. And so, some people get out of it quickly. Some people end up in the hospital. Some people are in the middle like me. And I'm tired of being tired. I feel like I'm 95 and need to hear my stories. Like that's kind of where's my Jello?
Yeah. Well,
I've
read several articles and then the 60 Minutes piece on long haulers, and it scares me, frightens me, and fascinates me all at the same time. What is the aspect that's the hardest, Paul, to get used to? Is it the fatigue? Is it the fact that I've heard a lot that even mundane activities like walking down a stair is Herculean sometimes.
Right. I'm about to fall asleep right now, and it's not because you're boring.
Yes, I get it.
No, it's the fatigue. We had some. I'm in the East Coast of New York. We had some beautiful snow. We went sledding, my wife and I, and some friends. A little hill. I walked up the hill. I went down once. I had to sit down. And I had to rest at the bottom of the hill, and I'm tired of it. I'm tired of feeling tired. I mean, the styrofoam peanuts that you pack with, they're great for popcorn, for movies. But I mean, other than that, there's no upside to this. And so that's the thing for me. Also, I have inflammation in my joints, so I've been going to a physical therapist because I'm having trouble, bending my elbows. And they think what happens is that the virus attacks the immune system attacks the virus, and at the same time is attacking organs and joints, which is why you hear about inflammation issues that people have. And so it just it just nags at you, it just is always kind of there. And I'm home all the time, and my dog, it's Daisy. It's funny because at first she was like, "Hey, you're home all the time," and then she's like, "Wow, you're home all the time," and then she's like, "You're annoying. Could you not be home all the time? You really." So and then living in New York's been, everybody's been hit by. We got hit hard in New York, then it kind of came back, and New York's been weird. It's been like a blizzard hit New York, only there's no snow. It's quiet all the time. A lot of storefronts are closed. I don't like the quiet. It's weird. It doesn't feel like New York. So what I do every morning at 6 a.m., I get a jackhammer and I just jackhammer around New York City just so I feel like...
just to make it feel like New York in 08 or something, yeah.
But can I just tell you, there is some normalcy because two cab drivers got in a fist fight like about a week ago over a parking spot, and they got out of the car and they started to go at each other. And then one of them realized they had to be 6 feet apart. So he ran back, but then he was swinging his arms and he'd run back and he'd swing his arms. It was like a COVID fight. It was hilarious. But
Paul, one of the things, that I wanted to ask you, because it's that frightened me, not frightened me, but made me think in that 60 Minutes piece was, when we go to the doctor, if we have a headache or we have whatever, we can go to the doctor and probably 90% of the time the doctor can say, "Oh, you have this. Well, here's what we can do, A, B, and C." That is not the case with individuals like yourself. The doctors don't know about the long hauling. Am I right on that?
Yes, thank you for depressing me. I appreciate it.
Sorry.
The doctor in that 60 Minutes piece, Dr. Dana McCarthy, is my doctor.
Oh, wow.
She started a COVID long hauler program because she was at ground zero when New York blew up and was dealing with a lot of COVID patients. And that's exactly right. This is the conversation you go in. You go in, you say, "I'm tired all the time." Yes, we hear that. I had shooting pains throughout my body, which is true. Yeah, we hear that. People describe it like a shot. And I had lost my sense of taste and smell. Yes, we heard that. It's like, and two frogs crawl out of my ear every Wednesday. Yep, we've heard that. Like everything that you can think of, right? And then you go, "Why?" And they go, "We don't know. It's too early." And then they go, "Because we don't know how to treat it." And that's the part that is the most upsetting. I just had a conversation 2 days ago with my doctor, Dr. McCarthy. I said, "I'm tired. Have you developed a pill yet? Anything?" And they said, "No." So I'm doing breathing exercises to kind of calm my system down. But you hit it right on the head. They mean well. Plus, my doctor got COVID. So really, how good is she? She got COVID. You know what I mean?
God, I love you. Okay, we're not going anywhere because we have a lot more to talk about. And on the other side of the break, what is comedy like? Obviously, Paul can be funny, but what is it like What is it like in a pandemic and more? More with our buddy Paul on the other side of the break. Stay with us, everybody. Back in a moment.
And I met Jay Leno at a private function, and I went up to him with jokes that I had, and I said, "What
was the private function?
It was a big printing company that invited our law firm to this big opening."
Oh, okay.
And he basically, I handed him the jokes, and he was like, "Okay." He really does talk like they're letting helium out of a balloon very slowly. And then 2 days later, my phone rings. It's like, "It's Jay Leno. Is Paul there?" And I thought it was my friend David pranking me. And I go, "Yeah, really funny, David." And he goes, "No, it's really Jay Leno." And I said to Jay Leno, "You do a lousy Jay Leno."
Welcome back. That's our guest, our buddy, Paul Mercurio, talking with Stephen Colbert about how he switched careers from Wall Street to stand-up comedy. If you don't know this, Paul is also the warm-up guy for Colbert. The two knew each other from their time on The Daily Show. What is, I'm sure you've talked to Stephen, from switching studios to doing the home shows, what has he told you? What has it been like trying to still man these late night shows in what can only be described as the most depressing 12 months we've ever had?
Well, you really are depressing me. I got to. No, I think the word Stephen used is I lost the will to live. I think that's what he said. You know, what you do is you find ways to find funny because it's our job. But I also think, not to get too schmaltzy, we kind of need to laugh in the midst of all of this. So you have to find it, right? Like, you know, when I worked at The Daily Show, we were doing Clinton impeachment stuff day in and day out, you know, and you know, granted that was a little sexier than this, but still, like, and look, Trump, whatever I don't care what your political leanings are. This isn't about that. It's just, he gave you a lot of, there was like a lot of red meat on a silver platter, right? In terms of, it's almost in a way, it was like trying to make fun of professional wrestling, because some of the actual facts were funnier than any joke you could come up with, right? And now people say, well, now he's gone. Can you be funny? It's like, yeah, look, all these politicians are all ripe for parody and satire, and the way Washington's so dysfunctional. I mean, even the insurrection, and that was terrible, and it was so sad that people lost their lives. But there is comedy in it. Like they arrested this woman who took Pelosi's laptop, and her lawyer said her accusations were overstated. What does overstated mean? What, she left the power cord behind, so you should let her off? Like what? Like, and then what does she think she was going to find on the laptop? Like, it's Pelosi's laptop. There's probably pictures of like her grandkids, coupons for Bed Bath and Beyond, and Mitch McConnell's head like photoshopped on a turtle's body. That's it. That's all you're going to find on that. And then there's the QAnon shaman, that guy who's in his 30s and lives at home with his mother. Like, what was his day like getting ready for the insurrection? Ma, did you see my horns? Oh, I can't find my horns. I told you not to move my horns. I mean, who's an insurrectionist gets arrested and then wants organic food in prison? Like, you're in prison. Hormone-free lamb chops is not your biggest problem. Okay? Yeah. Like, so I think you got to find it and know where the line is, so that you're not offending people that were harmed in a situation. So it'll be there, but
yeah, you got to find the funny, and I'm glad you brought that up, because I was going to ask you. You know, every age there is, you know, with Clinton gave gave comedians a bounty. I mean, it was a never-ending buffet. Yeah. Even before that, people thought, oh, once Vice President Quayle left, oh, what are the comedians going to do? And then, right. You know what I mean? And then right. Mr. Bush, and then Mr. Obama. Right. There's always going to be something and someone to kind of poke fun at and right. Pop the balloon a little bit, so to speak.
Right. And you can tap into your own, like people say to me, like your own experiences and what's going on with you. Like people say to me, well, I haven't performed since March. Last time I did a full weekend, the shows was in Omaha in March. And that's when everything blew up, that day when everything got shut down. I'll never forget, I got on the plane in the Omaha airport. There's like 6 people. That's it in the boarding area. And then they make the announcement. You know the announcement, how they usually go through it slowly, like, if you're military, please go. And travelers with children. There were so few people. It was like military, people with children, old people, fat people. Hey, you over there at Starbucks. Everybody, we need people. We need ballots. Jason, there were so few people on the plane. There were 7 of us. We each got to fly the plane for 15 minutes. This was like, why not?
Paul, I don't think we should say that out loud. I think
No,
maybe we'll cut that in editing, Paul.
Right,
we'll
right,
cut.
right.
Well,
No, it was, but yeah. So I think you asked a really good question. I think comedy is really needed now, and again, not to sound like whatever. I just think you have to kind of think about it, but it's there, and I think, you know, as great as Biden might be, there's going to be a lot coming out of this administration, I'm sure, to poke fun at.
absolutely. We wish you nothing but the best. You truly are one of our favorites, and we love you, buddy.
Love you, man. Miss you, and hopefully we'll get in that. I love your studio because you have all those people there. Your audience, they're usually drunk, but they're really nice people. And
we don't discriminate, Paul. I mean, you know, it's fine. It's fine. Thank you, buddy.
No. Yeah, I miss you guys. Take care.
We
Thank
miss you. We'll talk soon. Follow Paul on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Just search for Paul Mercurio and check out The Paul Mercurio Show wherever you get your podcast. Truly, one of the best. I mean, in 6 years, when he comes to the studio, he comes to play. And if you've been in the audience when Paul's here, you know it. Still ahead. It's the moment my mother and a lot of you have been waiting for the first time ever. I go cross-country skiing. We'll show you how it went. Am I coordinated enough to do it? Well, that should tell you everything right there. We'll be right back. Back in a moment. Love the Paul. Welcome back, friends. Happy Friday to you and yours. Love that Paul Mercurio. Well, outdoor activities like snowshoeing and skiing are more popular than ever, especially this winter. And while I usually prefer to stay in and watch Knots Landing for the 42nd time, no judging, I decided to join the fun and try cross-country skiing for the very first time. So I met up with photographer Eric. He came out of the basement just for this at Elm Creek Park Reserve in Maple Grove for our latest Fish Out of Water. Okay, I've been told to tell you I'm here for classic, what is it called? Cross-country skiing, yes.
All right, so this goes by weight now, they go by weight?
They're asking for my weight right away. This is not going well so far. The extra, yeah, because I don't want to fall. There is a lot of personal questions here to rent skis. What do I do here?
Well, just like your shoes, there's a right and a left.
Okay.
So put the right on the right, the left on the left.
Put the right shoe on the right, and the left shoe on the left. Right about now, I do feel like Mr. Rogers. It's such a good...
Stick that little tongue inside that.
What the hell? Is that the tongue? Yeah, that's the tongue.
I'm gonna tuck that inside. Let's just leave it.
Leave it?
Yep, let's just leave it. We'll be fine. And now we'll go outside. You ready?
Okay, we are ready to start the process of cross-country skiing. So, wait, it says no exit, but...
We'll go out.
I'm imagining that these go this way. Okay.
Oh, those poles are way too long. We got to get you some different poles.
Here comes Tyler with my replacement staffs, or whatever they're called.
See this right here?
Yeah.
You can feel that if you want. Those are called fish scales.
Okay.
This middle part of the ski is called the kick zone.
Okay.
So when you're standing on the skis, you're going to be compressing down on that ski. That's what's going to help grip the snow so you can move forward.
Oh, okay.
This part up here and back here, this is the glide zone. They smooth surfaces compared to the fish scales.
Okay.
So once you're locked in,
should I lock in? Should I just do it? Should I go?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Here we go.
You'll hear a click. Lift the ski up off the ground. There you go. So I think that one's locked in. This, oftentimes,
is the hardest part.
One of the most difficult parts.
Really?
Yep.
Grabbing my Gandalf-esque staffs. Oh wait.
Just like when we're walking, we want our arms to swing naturally. So what we want to think about doing is compressing down on one ski.
Okay.
Then we roll off onto the other ski.
Oh.
Just like that. When we go from ski to ski.
Like, he's really good. Look at that. I shan't be doing that.
This trail can be a little challenging because it starts with a little bit of a downhill. So for beginners, oftentimes I recommend you walk to the bottom of the hill.
Oh.
You want to do that?
No, I want to go for it.
Okay.
Because I can always stop with the Gandalfs. Can I?
Well, we don't want to use the poles to help us stop because those can injure ourselves. I think we should take our skis off.
Okay.
We'll walk down the hill.
Okay.
And then we'll start at the bottom of the hill.
Hey, that sounds like a good idea. Oh yeah, this is a big hell no. You made the right call, Tyler. Look, everybody, I'm cross-country skiing.
Start by just thinking about walking slowly on those skis. Think about compressing down on that toe. Roll off that toe on the ball of your foot from one ski to the other. We just want to try and find some rhythm, get our arms and legs in sync, and let our skis glide.
Rhythm. I don't have rhythm, and I'm out of sync. It's the story of my life.
And then remember to look up, smile, and enjoy the scenery. Excellent.
This is semi-enjoyable. Shocked that I'm not getting this faster because I run. So why is it that I'm having trouble getting the coordination down?
Well, one of the things that's different is you have a ski attached to both your feet that's about the length of your height.
Yeah.
And when you run, you don't have that attached to your foot. You just have a running shoe.
Very true. Oh wow, he is going uphill. Holy crap.
You want to go up that hill?
Hell no.
Oh! So now we're out of the tracks. What do you think? A little harder out of the tracks, right?
Yeah. Holy crap. Okay, where's the track?
Just right to the left.
Oh.
Nope.
Oh,
sorry,
the left.
this way. There you go. I can see the rhythm right now.
Woo! I'm gonna go a little bit farther, and then I'm just gonna keep going, and I'm gonna cross-country ski all the way back to Channel 9. Tyler, this trail goes to Eden Prairie, right? Just say yes.
Yes. We'll get there some way or another.
Bye, everybody. We'll see you back in the studio. Tyler was great. I asked him. That's why I said what I said in the intro there. He's been there 15-something years.
Mm-hmm.
He's never had a busier season. This has been the busiest winter ever because people, we can't go inside.
I know.
So we're going to go outside.
Right. He's great. I took a little lesson for the first time with him, too. It was very intimidating. You did a good job, honestly. And he's a good teacher. So.
You're right about one of those two things. He's a good teacher. It's the coordination. My learning lesson was it's harder than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
I felt like a cat, an uncoordinated drunk cat.
Oh.
Because your feet, I don't know.
Oh, uncoordinated drunk cat.
Yeah. If you want to try cross-country skiing, head to threeriversparks.org and sign up for a class. Tyler, thank you for putting up with me. We'll be right back, everyone. Back in a moment. Yeah, way harder. I'll stick to my Peloton. Welcome back, my dear friends. Don't forget, we always love hearing from you. Stay connected with our show. Show never stops on social media. Check us out on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Just search for Jason Show TV and our personal accounts as well, Kendall Mark and Jason Matheson. Okay, today's bubblegum goodbye mystery question is this. Let's see here. What movie could you watch every single day for the rest of your life? The answer when we come back. Back in a moment, everyone. What a fun day we've had. Let's say goodbye to our studio audience today, our virtual audience, my girl Kim, Michelle, and birthday girl Marty. You guys have a great weekend, and Marty, have a fantastic birthday, and please tell your husband I said hello.
I will. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Okay, the bubblegum question, bubblegum goodbye question. What movie could you watch every single day for the rest of your life? Ladies first, go.
I love the movie, the second Lord of the Rings movie. Lord of the
Two
Rings,
Towers.
The Two Towers. And then my other favorite is It's Complicated and How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. I know it's 3, but I could watch any of those 3 for various reasons every day for the rest of my life.
Okay. Let me reread that question one more time.
Okay.
What movie, singular?
Sorry, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days would be the winner.
Okay. Well, since you cheated, I'll cheat too.
Oh.
Star Wars The Force Awakens
Uh-huh.
or Sex and the City, the movie?
The first one, duh.
The first one. I'm not watching that second crap. No, that's horrible. No, but the first Sex and the City movie, and I do watch it quite often. It's one of my nap movies.
Yeah, nap movie.
And then Force Awakens, shockingly, like people think, oh, Empire Strikes Back, I love it. But Force Awakens, I could watch it all the time.
We picked some great movies.
We did.
Mm-hmm.
Bravo to us.
Bravo.
Monday on the show, self-affirmation. Monday on the show, Leah Remini will join us live. Can't wait to talk to her. Her friend Nicole's a friend of ours. That's going to do it for us this week. Thank you so much, as always, for watching. If you are watching and you're a kid that's being bullied, you go out there and be yourself, because nobody can tell you that you're doing it wrong. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you on Monday. Good luck playing the lottery this weekend.